Well, everyone, iOS 16 is going to be that next big version of iOS, and I cannot wait for it. It's hopefully going to be a big update, but here are some reasons why I truly do think iOS 16 will have to be amazing. I really don't think Apple has too much of a choice here, to be completely honest. Now, if you remember last year, there were some leaks we were getting around this time, even before this time, of what the next iOS version may actually hold. And right now, we haven't really heard too much, which makes me think that there could end up being some cooler improvements and some big changes coming with iOS 16. Whenever Apple's super secretive about something, it tends to be a pretty big upgrade. Could be totally wrong, but we're now seeing with the iPhone 14s, a lot of news has came out and we're kind of like flip-flopping on whether we like it or not. With iOS 16, because Apple is dropping the support for that older iPhone, the iPhone 6s, I feel like it's going to free up more power and more resources for developers to actually start utilizing more power within those phones. They don't have to, tune the iOS version for those, lower end iPhones. The iPhone 7 and 7 Plus are still very capable devices, and I do think that in and of itself will allow developers to actually change up, more within the operating system. Now, another thing that we've kind of seen from a few, people is they're stating iOS 16 will not be a complete redesign, but you don't really have to, completely redesign the whole operating system if you want to go ahead and still have massive changes. Another thing that I've noticed is, right now, a lot of the competitors, including Google, Samsung, they are, focusing on their software like crazy. And now that Apple is kind of in this weird situation where they're, having to go ahead and battle a bunch of people, including like installing third-party applications and different things like that, I do think there is going to be some capability or something where they're going to open up the gates a little bit and maybe allow us to have a little bit more flexibility with our device. Now, I don't think it's necessarily going to allow us to install third-party apps altogether, but the fact that Apple is allowing us to prepare our devices, I think there's going to be some software improvements to, possibly walk us through how to repair our device some sort of way before actually opening up our device. And I do think there can be some more capability there too. Again, not a guarantee, but I do think in the customizability of our phones, I think there's going to be more of a bigger approach there. Like I mentioned, with the competitors, with, Android, with One UI, it just looks like they are really focusing in on the software. They're increasing their software longevity and they're adding a bunch of more features within the software. So because of that, I do think there's going to be big improvements, at least in the small nitty gritty. I think there's going to be, Apple already kills it in the longevity of software. But right now, Samsung and Google, they're kind of approaching the same lifespan that, iOS has. And I don't think that's a huge selling point anymore for iPhones. I think they really need to go ahead and focus in and improve those things. And, Apple knows this. They know that, these competitors are catching up. And although people are probably still looking at Androids and iOS completely different, like no one's going to switch to an Android, it's never been closer as of right now. So if there's ever going to be a point where Apple needs to start focusing in and improving their software, it has to be now. iOS 15 was a very, very small update compared to iOS 14. And now if iOS 16 is not a complete redesign, I think they're still going to go ahead and throw in a bunch of features. And Apple hasn't really been pushing out too many iOS 15 updates. They've done a couple here and there, but I do think, they could possibly be bringing some really cool features, very, very soon. And I think it's really going to be, an amazing update, hopefully, for the next version of iOS. So I'd love to hear your opinion on this. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.